out where the oceans are empty and wide, and the satellites watch from the sky. There's a few who remember her name and her run when the wind-driven waves run high. Waverider was her name. Waverider was her name. She was the fastest ever to sail the seas. Waverider was her name. She was a 40-foot trimaran, knife-edge keen, built for one purpose alone, to dance on the face of the mightiest waves, and to steal their speed for her own. For the fastest clipper ships that ever did sail could hold 28 knots, they say, but the great long wind-driven deep-sea waves roll 1,000 miles in a day. Joe Spanos built her hull, her mast, and her sails that would dance on the lightest breeze. Beth Spanos built her sensors, her voice, and her brain, that she could learn and speak of the seas. And at 62 knots on 100-foot wave, she made her run 'neath the clear blue sky, till a gust took her mast down to touch the sea. She cartwheeled and tried to fly. She cartwheeled and Beth Spanos died. Waverider was her name. Waverider was her name. She was the fastest ever to sail the seas. Waverider was her name. Joe Spanos, he lived, he built her anew. It took a year, but he made her whole, with titanium and glass in her hull and her mast, and Beth in her voice and her soul. When they put her overside, Joe boarded alone. They took the heading that the satellites gave, and he sat at the tiller with her voice in his ear, and said, "Baby, now pick us a wave." Well, the first wave rose like a steel gray wall. The second wave stood high, but the third wave rose to block the sun. Waverider, she said I. And for 21 hours they rode that wave, the grandfather of them all, 200 feet from crest to trough, and 1,000 miles to fall. Until, Captain, she said, the words come down, the satellites see it plain. Grandpa's feeling the bottom and he'll break too soon. We've got to come back and try it again. They say we'll come back and try it again. Joe said, "Baby, how much time have we got?" She said, "Joe, we could finish the run, but we'd never get clear." He said, "Hell with that. We're gonna finish what we've begun. By God, we'll finish what we've begun." And the hours and the miles they rode and they fell, while the world clamored faint and far, and Grandpa grew tired and old and mean, and Joe steered by a westering star. And as he fought with the tiller to keep her afloat in a hell of white water and spray, she said, "Captain, our 24 hours are done. 68 knots for the day. 68 knots mean speed for the day. But the brakes rolling down on us at 50 knots. The crest's too steep and too high. Joe said Grandpa's been patient now long enough. Oh baby, it's a good day to die. Oh Beth, it's a good day to die. Waverider was her name. Waverider was her name. She was the fastest ever to sail the seas. Waverider was her name. Waverider they found with her hull stripped bare, her mast and her fittings clean gone. And they put her on display and they patched her scars, and they sold her and said she'd sail on. But the Waverider never was a rich man's toy. She broke her moorings in a night's black storm, cut her hulls on a reef and a mile deep fell, and the waves forever keep her from harm, and the waves forever keep her from harm. But out where the oceans are empty and wild, and the satellites watch from the sky, there's a few who remember her name and her run, when the wind-driven waves run high. When the wind-driven waves run high.